Hi everyone, Monday evening weather for Weather Geeks, the first edition of Weather Geeks for October of 2017. Hope you had a good weekend. Our weather certainly was fantastic, especially today, as we got into the mid-70s after a chilly start, wall-to-wall sunshine. We had 77 at the airport today, which was our forecast, so we nailed the forecast today. It was 80 in Cleveland, 76 in Pittsburgh, and pretty close to 80 in New Philly today. And believe it or not, tomorrow is going to be a few degrees warmer, and Wednesday could be even warmer still. But things are going to change, and I kind of been preaching today. Enjoy these nice clear days while we have them, because look at the big jump that occurs from October to November in terms of percentage of cloudy days. Our cloud season really gets underway as we get into November, and November through March is a pretty cloudy time here across Northeast Ohio and Western PA. So these nice bright sunny days will be much less common coming up in about a month. All right, good day today to check out the emerging foliage across the region. I think it's a little dull this year, thanks to the heat and the dry weather of late. Today's update to the foliage report looks like this. Still low foliage throughout Ohio and Western PA. Now, once you're into West Central PA, up into the higher terrain of the Laurel Highlands, the Alleghenies, you're going to find some more color there. Reaching peak color now in the highest terrain up in the Adirondacks in upstate New York, and also getting pretty high color up in parts of Wisconsin and the UP of Michigan as well. But again, not much change to the color around here in the last few days. All right, I've gotten a couple of questions lately. Hey, what's the bright object in the morning sky? And that is Venus. And it'll be a good morning tomorrow to check out Venus in the eastern sky. Pretty low, not right at the horizon. 6 to 6:30. Once we're closer to daybreak, it gets very low in the horizon. But if you're out at about 6:30 in the morning, a good 45 minutes or an hour before sunrise, due east, that's Venus, and just below Venus is Mars. Now, Mars is a little tougher to see, but it is noticeable. Has kind of a rusty or ruddy color. Venus just looks like a really bright star. So check that out. Eastern sky before sunrise tomorrow and again on Wednesday. All right, big picture across the country this evening, of course, is just clear as a bell in much of the eastern U.S. Most of our problems are in the central U.S. and up into parts of the northern Rockies as well. That's snow in parts of Montana and a threat for severe weather this evening in parts of western and central Kansas with a tornado watch out there. We do have winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories for parts of Montana, Wyoming, far eastern Utah, and across the Rockies of Colorado. We have winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings out there, several inches of snow expected over the next few days. But all the really lousy weather is going to stay out there. Our weather on your Tuesday will be pretty fantastic. 80 degrees our forecast tomorrow. The record is 87. That's an old record dating back to 1898. The record low, a little more recent, 1974, it was 31 degrees. About 11 hours and 39-ish minutes of daylight on your Tuesday. And as you can see for the 2017 rankings, these have changed. No longer a top 10 wettest or warmest month. We've dropped down to 17th because of the very, very dry September. In 11th place in the list of warmest years on record. So it's been a pretty warm and wet year. The winter, January into February, really skews the numbers a lot in terms of the temperatures. All right, temperatures are going to be off to the races tomorrow. Beautiful day. Not much weather to talk about really until Wednesday night. I think Wednesday, even a couple of degrees warmer, maybe 82 in some places. Still a decent amount of sunshine. The clouds will wait until pretty late in the day to thicken up. And liquid gold, maybe some actual rain falling from the clouds. Wednesday night into a Thursday morning. And while I don't think Thursday is any kind of washout and this isn't enough rain, I think there could be a couple of residual showers, and suspect that'll be the case Friday as well. Now, as far as how much rain over the next week, we've got a pretty good model discrepancy here. There's a lot of uncertainty once we hit the weekend and early next week as to the details. Notice the European model advertises close to a half an inch of rain. The GFS is up closer to an inch and a half. That's a pretty big difference. But whether the truth is one of these things or somewhere in the middle, we are going to get some rain in most places over the next 7 days. And that's better than it has been. Most of us have seen very little rain over the last almost month now. Really, 3 solid weeks of very, very dry weather. All right, next 10 days against average, though. Boy, this is balmy stuff. I mean, we're going to be 15 to 17 degrees above average by Wednesday. And while temperatures will retreat somewhat at the end of the week. It'll still be warmer than average on Friday. And then I've taken the weekend forecast temperatures up back into the mid-70s. And depending on how things work out, if the European model, that drier solution, is also a warmer solution, and if it's right, we may flirt with 80 again over the weekend and early next week. And then I am expecting temperatures to retreat some in the longer range in about 9 to 10 days. But until then, yeah, I mean, pretty remarkable stretch of warmth will continue. Don't forget, our winter forecast will be out in probably about a month. I'm thinking very end of October or maybe the first few days of November. One of the big factors this year will be an emerging La Nina in the Pacific Ocean. And sometimes that has effects that can be easily predicted, sometimes not so much. So that's one of the challenges we have ahead as far as the winter forecast goes. Last year's winter forecast started okay, but went off the rails in January and February with the ridiculous warmth that we had that we did not see coming. So we're hoping for a better forecast, a more accurate forecast this year. Whether it's better or not, that's in the eye of the beholder, but we're hoping at least for a more accurate forecast for our winter season this year. So look for that, including a very long version of that forecast on this video. I'll do like a 15-minute winter forecast here on Weather for Weather Geeks right around Halloween time. So I'm going to start looking at that pretty soon here as we get set for the cold weather season. Thanks for watching tonight. I'll see you on 21 News at 11 and right back here tomorrow evening.